People have been absolutely freaking out about Sophia.org. This week I read. So once again, we have people saying WGU is canceling their partnership with Sophia Learning. Do we have an official answer about this? I read another person saying, we just got my husband's transcript eval and we're horrified. They didn't accept any Sophia courses, so now he has to appeal the transcript eval. This is from a different school. Now, SNHU, a couple months ago, there was a lot of drama with Sophia.org, and this is literally an email sent to a prospective student. I'm going to request that you pause doing courses on Sophia.org. Basically, they redid all of their course requirement stuff and changed what they're accepting and what they're not for Sophia.org. And we're trying to decide whether they should accept Sophia.org only for elective credits or if they should keep accepting Sophia for all of the classes, but it's kind of been a mishmash mess. Now, let me walk you through Sophia.org and what you need to know. Sophia.org, as you may know, is a tool where you can go online, join their program. It's basically a membership program where you can take college level classes through their website and then transfer those classes over to universities and hope that they get accepted to your potential degree at your new university. As you can see, there are courses in business, a handful of courses, computer science and IT, English, math, science. But as you can see here, like there aren't a ton of courses. There are just a handful. Now, the thing I like about this is Sophia courses are usually easier than doing the course through the school. I've seen people earn like entire college level classes, finish them in hours to days. I mean, some are easier than others. Sometimes they'll take a few weeks. It just kind of depends. And that's better than sitting in a classroom for 4 or 5 months doing a traditional semester. So there are things to like about Sophia.org. Another thing I like is that their pricing, it's like $99 to use their membership site per month, $99 per month, and you can finish as many classes as you want. A couple of things I don't like. I don't love that universities don't all love Sophia. I know that there are some universities right now that are accepting Sophia courses that might change in the future. But here's the thing. What we're seeing is people that go and earn Sophia.org courses. Sometimes they're transferring to universities. Let's say you take like an algebra class. Then you transfer to university and you take the next math class. And the pattern universities, I believe, are seeing is that people who take these classes in Sophia are not really prepared to take the next level classes within the universities because they're not learning as much as they should be learning through Sophia classes. So it's kind of pros and cons. Like Sophia classes are easier, but more often than not, you don't learn as much because you can whiz through it and kind of fly at your own pace and dump information as soon as you've learned it. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are going to see this video and think, I hate Sophia.org. That's not true, but I do think Sophia.org is used improperly. Let me explain. It's a very high-risk tool because you can go earn a bunch of college credits, transfer them to a school, and the school can change their policies on what they want to accept. And a lot of times those just don't get accepted. So you've done all this work for nothing. Now, what a lot of people are doing is they're going and getting like multiple years of their degree through Sophia and then trying to transfer everything over. Now, there are a couple of flaws with this, and sometimes this does work for people. It's just higher risk. Here are a couple of the flaws. If you notice here, there are not a lot of courses to choose from, like I talked about. Well, with most college degrees, like you have to take the exact classes that are required for the degree with a small handful of elective options. Now, these would be great for elective options if that's the approach you were taking. But what some people are doing is saying, well, I'm realizing Sophia is easier, so I'm just going to take as many classes as I can through Sophia, and then I'm going to transfer them into schools that have really, really lax transfer credit policies, and then go get like a liberal studies degree, because liberal studies is kind of a half your degree as electives, and you can just study whatever the heck you want, and it goes towards your degree. Well, a couple of flaws here, in my opinion. This, and I'm not saying this won't work. What I'm saying is you kind of got to take a step back and think, what do you want for the future? Number one, if you're narrowing yourself down to basically go to a school that's really, really lax with transfer credits, there aren't many schools like that. So if you're trying to find a school that accepts like 3 years worth of transfer credits, you're narrowing down to just a small handful of schools. Well, those schools don't always have the best reputation, and they don't always have the degree options that you're looking for. Second, if you go get like a liberal studies major, is liberal studies the major that you need for your career? Like, how many career doors is it going to open? So when you talk about like high risk, trying to get a ton of your degree through a tool like this, to you're kind of pigeonholing yourself into just a small handful of schools, and you're really narrowing down which majors you can choose from, because most majors you actually have to take the classes that the major is trying to teach, or the major is about, if that makes sense. Like a business degree, you need to take business classes. Math degree, you need to take math classes. So yes, liberal arts is like a really broad degree, but does it actually open the career doors that you need? My opinion of Sophia is I think it's a really cool tool if you're coming to take classes while you're waiting to enroll in school. Or for example, like math. Let's say you suck at math and you realize, hey, these math classes like college algebra and intro to college mathematics and statistics, these 3 math classes match perfectly with the math classes my school requires, and that's all the college math I have to take. Maybe you come do the college math here. Now, I will say if your college is like, hey, we'll take these 2, but then you need 3 more afterwards, these 2 aren't going to prepare you for the next 3 that you're going to need to take, and it might make your life harder later. So I guess the general sum of this is, I think this is a good tool to take a few classes and then transfer into like a legit college program that's going to get you to where you want to go. But when people try to use this as a tool to go and get as many credits as they possibly can, then transfer them over, I'm seeing a lot of people do this, and then their credits don't actually transfer, or the college doesn't actually accept them, and they're shooting themselves in the foot because they went high risk and they kind of lost. Now, some people go high risk and it works out for them. You definitely got to make sure your school is accepting the exact classes that you're taking for the major that you're going for. You just have to be really, really careful. Now, what most people don't know is that approaches like this, there's actually a pretty solid alternative that I like a lot more, and that is to test out of classes within the university. So if Sophia.org is a tool where you can go through classes at your own pace outside of the university, then transfer them over, why not just do all of that inside of the university, go at your own pace? I've personally done classes inside of universities in like 4 hours, finished an entire college class. Most people that accelerate their college degrees and work with me will try to do at least 1 college class per week for their entire degree. So a lot of times people are kind of using the Sophia transfer credit approach, and then they're transferring to schools where they then have to be a traditional student for the last year or 2. Well, if you just do all this through a university, it's actually faster in the end, and there's not all the risk, and you're going to programs that are going to benefit your career in a bigger way than getting like a liberal studies degree. So that's why I kind of frown on the approach of just trying to like get all these third-party credits from tools like Sophia and then transfer them over. I hope that makes sense. So I'm a fan of the tool in moderation in certain situations, but I'm not a fan of the tool when trying to get half of your degree through a tool like this, because here's the thing, even if you try to find a school that does accept all these. What happens if you want to go transfer to a master's program that's a high-level master's program? They're going to look at your college or your bachelor's transcripts, and that might shoot you in the foot and not allow you into a better master's program as well. So just a lot to think about with a tool like this. It's a pretty cool tool. It makes your classes faster, but it's high risk. So study things out. I hope this video has helped. If you want to learn how to hack your college degree in 3 simple steps, I'm going to leave a degree hacking tutorial down below in the description. And yeah, hope this has added value to your day. Talk to you in the next video.